He's a force to be reckoned with a sledgehammer in his hand. He's about to cause wrecking. In the ring he stands tall. His presence so imposing. CRC's gonna bring the pain. Everyone knows it. He's the master of mayhem, putting on a display. With his powerful moves he'll blow away. The pedigree's a signature. Slams you to the max, you might live to regret. The king of the universe is here to stay. In LSWFNO, he rules the game. With a sledgehammer swing, he's the crowd's delight. CRC, the ultimate power in the fight.
Hey everyone. Alright, we're back on YouTube tonight. Back on YouTube tonight because today's stream is going to revolve a little bit more around the channel rather than last week. So Friday we were on Twitch because I was going to be playing a different game afterwards today. Today I'm just going to be working on some 2K stuff. I got to start getting things set up for other shows and stuff like that. Did my wife take both blue ponytail holders? Damn it. Alright, we'll just use a regular one tonight. Zach says Raw was crazy. Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, I gotta reconfigure the video again. Filter, no, cancel, properties. Configure video, camera controls, focus, autofocus off. Go. Apply. Okay. Okay. Cool. Get the man bun up. Been probably like a few days since I've done this with my hair. I've tied it up in a few days, but kind of feels like I need it. But I totally missed the entire front of it, so just completely defeated the purpose of why I do it. A little too flimsy of a hair tie, I guess. We're going to go green then, because my normal purple one is out in the car, and my wife took the other one. I'll get the tweet out in a minute that we're live as well. Looks like Sammy's kicking off Raw, so that's always fun. I was talking to Ray just before the show. We were getting everything completely finalized. Completely finalized for WrestleMania Season 5. Just because we had a few last-minute changes that we had to discuss. God, 1 o'clock start time on Saturday. That's going to be a tight stream for me, if I'm even able to do it, because my brother's got a graduation party that day that I'm going to be at. Do you think Cody has that challenger, the way you put it, every champion has to have an easy challenger? I mean, I don't know if I consider Logan an easy challenger. I don't know. Double check what time this graduation party I'm going to is at. Yeah, 4 p.m. So I should be good. The show shouldn't run for 3 hours. Should only run for probably 2.5. I know Fastlane is supposed to be this weekend. We'll figure that out then. But yeah, so modding is officially out on PC now, so that's exciting. Hold on, let me start putting out the post that I am live. go. So yeah, I didn't stream last week because I came home and I took a nap. So I laid on the couch and I watched the show. And then at the end of the night, I played through 40 years of WrestleMania. Um, I played 40 years of WrestleMania last week, which was many hours of my life that I will never get back, more or less. Rock delivered on his promise. Yep, left LA Knight a bloody mess. All right, let's see. So what's new in mods right now? Um, can I show this off? I feel like I can. Close up that tab. That's a spoiler for something coming up. Um, Nothing really worth showing off. Let's see. Yeah, there's really nothing new mod-wise worth pulling up, unfortunately. I do have some mods I need to work on installing tonight. So we'll be working on that a little bit. 2025 is good. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Um, I had a lot of fun with it. It went a lot better than I thought it would. I was really worried it wasn't going to go that well. Um, I was just worried it wasn't going to be as good as I hoped it would be. Let's see. Any mods on the Discords to look for? No. Let's see. The one thing I'm really waiting for is for someone to drop the placeholder mod. And what I mean by the placeholder mod is it's a mod that someone made last year on 2K23 that opened up a bunch of just blank slots so you didn't have to do it yourself with Discovery Meta. Um, and so it was easier for me to put new people in the game instead of just having to learn how to use meta. Because meta's a little complicated. It's not bad. It's just more complicated than I think I can comprehend in some cases. Oh, it's always got black hair now. Man, when Otis walks out on Gable, it's gonna be great. I like Gable's new kind of gi robe he's wearing. It's kind of cool. What's the question, Samuel? Hmm. God, Maxine just looks like she's about to cry every time Gable talks. The non-membership of New York versus Press tomorrow on NXT. Oh yeah, I had to think on that for a second. Completely forgot what it was, and I literally recorded it yesterday. Did I record it yesterday? I mean, obviously this match is gonna have a wonk finish. You know, so I'm a little jealous of my wife right now. I love my wife, obviously. She got a chair this weekend. She got a new office chair. We went out thrifting yesterday because it's the time of the year. We live in a town with with a big college in it. It's the time of the year where all the college kids leave town, and they can't take all their furniture with them, so they give it to like Goodwill and thrift stores and stuff. And my wife got a really nice office chair yesterday. Let's see. And this is from last NXT. Two-man. Fatu has brought out a vicious side of Jimmy Uso. Oh yeah, for sure. So I've got a bunch of mods I need to install tonight, so we're gonna work on that a little bit while we watch Raw. I I will say the only downside of the new office setup is the way the monitors are. Maybe I need to move them kind of here so that I'm able to just kind of look to the side and look at the TV. Maybe I need to do that. I haven't fully decided yet. Raw was nuts. The final boss struck like the arena. Final boss struck like the arena. Oh, well, thank you, Pierre. So I'm in a little bit of a bind with the arena, though, is the issue. And that is that with the WrestleMania 40 arena, I have a different arena data file, which means that the GM mode arenas are locked. Which that's just as simple as uninstall the WrestleMania 40 arena in the meantime, I guess. Um, let's see here. So I'm going to be working on modding while we're here tonight, obviously. Um, I like this Raw arena better that you used this week. Yeah, I'm thinking it'll probably become a permanent change. I think haven't fully decided yet, just because it is a lot of, it is a situation of like it is kind of a case of like what was I gonna say? It's a case of like I gotta uninstall the WrestleMania 40 arena every time I want to do that. But we'll figure it out. But yeah, this week's Raw was a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite episodes I've done, genuinely. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. I can delete that. Dom has been a fun champion, like when he was confused about the hint. Oh yeah, that was a fun little bit to do. I'm glad people enjoyed that. Because like he can't just be, he can't be the smartest guy in the room. Because that's just not Dom's character, right? Never has been, never will be. Dom is never going to be the smartest guy in the room. But having him be the dumbest guy in the room, that he can do. Let's see. I need to. Where is it? Looking for the render. But yeah, so I got a lot of modding I got to do tonight. We're gonna test out the new mods at the end of the night as well, or throughout the night, like TNA last week. Yeah, it was fun. So I need to have the graphic ready before I make this announcement. Now I'm thinking about it. Thank you, Daryl. I need to have the graphic ready before I make the announcement. Now I think about it, but I do have a small little side project announcement to make tonight, and I think you guys will. I think you guys will like it. I think it's gonna be fun. I'll give you guys a small hint, which is that it's the return of something that had a very very brief run on the channel, and we'll get to that soon. I promise. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it tonight, but I am thinking I'm gonna switch the monitors to be here. That way, I've got a clear view, or at least one of the monitors here. That way, I can. Thank you again, Daryl. Um, I'm gonna put the monitors kind of here, like move them 90 degrees clockwise. That way, when I'm doing watch alongs, I can be working on one monitor and I can still watch the show without having my back to the TV. Ready for AEW's match of the year this week, Okada Omega. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, what else do I have to install tonight? I've got a bunch of stuff to install on my game. I've got, excuse me. Slowly but surely, I'm working my way through getting everything I need to added in. I got to update some names. So, for example, I got to edit the string for that. Which, fortunately, changing names in the game is actually really easy. It's 20-minute match itself. Oh yeah, Okada Omega is going to be good. I'm excited to see what Ray's got with that. But yeah, so like for example, I got to make some small changes. Like I got to change Cameron Grimes' name in the database to Trevor Lee. I got to change Zaya L-I to Zaya L-E-E because that's what she has changed her name to on the Indies when she goes to the. Oh shoot, that's fine. Um, I can't show this off because I'm modding someone in that's a surprise for an upcoming thing. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see all of the stuff I've got planned. I can see Zyga to the TN. Yeah, that's where I think she's gonna go as well. Like, I'm already giving thought to putting her there in LS11 Universe soon. Same way that I've already brought Trevor Lee in, because I think he'll be there soon. Let's see, I gotta change Butch to Pete Dunne. Changing the names of the belts is like the big thing, because last time I tried that, it crashed my game. So I had to start over on my Superstar database. Unfortunately, I got it fixed, but like... Oh, there's a... I think we had a QR code for a second. This is the final year we got to deal with Pete Dunne being called Butch in 2K as well, which is really nice. Let me save my database. Then we gotta go file, bake that, and then mods, select, find my mods folder. What's gotta get baked is this. What did you think of Big E as Raw GM? So Ray had been pushing for Big E to be a GM when I was going with Titus. Ray was pushing for Big E over Titus, right? And I really wanted to do Titus as Raw GM. And so when Titus was not in 2K24, I had to pivot a little bit from that, you know? I had to pivot and I had to figure out what to do. And so temporarily I took charge of Raw. Triple H, I think, was in charge for a minute. Wow, I am on a sudden delay. I'm not sure what's causing that to happen. Okay, we're good now. That wasn't anything on anyone else's side. That was all me on that one. That was all me. I think that was just 2K booting up with mods. Mods are drawing a little. Mods draw a little more power from the game than I expected. Triple H is the longest GM in the universe. Yeah, 4 seasons he's been GM almost. Okay, let me bump down my volume here. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so just to give you guys an idea here. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Let's try this. There we go. Yeah, give you guys an idea of how mods are working. We got Xia Li there. I can't show off too much because I don't want to risk accidentally spoiling anything, like I said. So once I've confirmed what I'm afraid of spoiling is... Okay, cool. I found what I was afraid of spoiling, so now I know where not to show it. But yeah. Yeah, so we go back over here, you can see like Trevor Lee is taken care of. And then one thing I'm really excited to show off is like I've got Adam Pearce unlocked, for example. What else? And then I've got like my Rise characters unlocked, like Alfie there, or Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury, who I don't have the render slots figured out for yet. But like people like Ava Moreno here, they unlock these just unlock like additional slots for me to mod people into, which is pretty exciting. if you ask me at least. Like, these are slots that I can probably just mod someone into if I wanted to. Stuff like that. Plenty of slots to work with, and I'll show you guys real quick. I've also got, you just see it with the renders right now, but some of the belts are updated, like you can see there. That's actually just a custom championship. Zach, I do see your chat. I'm gonna get to it in a second, by the way. But yeah, you can kind of see where I've got a lot of stuff updated with mods. I just need to change the belt names for a lot of stuff, and I gotta remember to put the render in for that belt. But yeah, so I can now delete like all of these custom belts, for example, with the exception of these. I can delete like all these custom belts here. I assume the People's Championship's gonna be modded in any day now. This is actually the digital media title, I just don't have the render for it yet. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty exciting having all these mods available now. It makes my life a lot easier. Zach says SmackDown was good, but I thought Codelander was dead, and Good Guy Cody was here. Well, like Cody said, well, Codelander is never going to truly be dead. It's not like he can just delete that entire personality, that was 2 years of his life. When he needs to channel that darkness, he can. He just doesn't want to anymore. Before it was fun, now it might just be a necessity for him. I'll just screenshot that's into to the Discord. There we go. There, I just need to what's Gable got in his hands? Oh, he's got the Intercontinental title in his hands. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like Finn's demon. Kind of, yeah. Speaking of demon, though. Otis, no! Otis, no! But speaking of the demon, not quite Finn Balor's demon. However, I discovered something that I didn't know existed recently. When I was modding last night, I was unlocking slots, and I had to go in the Discord and ask everyone what the fuck this was, and I found out that this is from My Rise. Apparently, this is apparently the manifestation of Alexa Bliss's demons and her dark powers. Which, all right then, sure, I guess. Oh, they're doing the Angle "You Suck" chants at Gable. That's kind of fun. I'm sitting here trying to figure out if Gable's gonna win on Sunday or Saturday or not. I I feel like he's not, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Let's see. But yeah, being live is kind of gonna manage to force me to actually do things that I need to do, which is really good because Your boy isn't really good at keeping himself accountable for his stuff otherwise. I did not mean. I'm sorry the desk keeps shaking, by the way. I think the desk is a little uneven right now. But yeah, I'm going to eventually get around to moving the monitors. Only downside of that is going to be you guys won't be able to see all this behind me as well anymore, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I need to make a backup of this. And just drop it in the mods folder. It's fine. Okay. Rude's been killing it with NXT GM with all of his signings. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, is the tag title match tonight? All right, it's not this weekend. Cool. Honestly, probably better for things not to be this weekend for my sake. Go. Oh, Braun Breaker in action up next. Okay. Okay. I'm just updating the TNA stuff right now just because essentially I'm getting to a point where I need to just kind of check it one belt at a time. Which, yeah, is a little annoying, but, you know, it's alright. Braun is back to his heel singlet instead of the colorful ones like when he was in the Wolf Dogs. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Okay. Digital media's handled, world's handled, knockouts handled. That should be that. Save that. Okay. I need a render for the digital media title, and I don't know if anyone has done one of those. I mean, I don't necessarily need, like, I don't necessarily need a render for the belt, but it helps me to have one. So I'd appreciate it if I could find one. The one I had was crashing the game, unfortunately. Very unfortunate in that regard. But nonetheless, we'll continue to work on things. Joe Mashups, by the way, is the man, if you guys weren't aware. He is seemingly going to start rolling in some ports of his previous mods with with new mod releases, which is going to make my life a little easier every time he does that, because every time he does that, it's one less thing I've got to handle. Because I quite simply, don't have the energy to port mods anymore. I cracked the codes. Andrew's using the serum I gave Colton to get his full beard and the LSWF on his hair. I mean, you know, it does get longer every stream, doesn't it? Okay, let's bake lunch. All right, we're about to find out if these mods for the belt renders and the belt names worked. I will admit, I'm a little nervous. I need to update this since I don't really stream on Sanctuary anymore. I need to just create like a new streaming setup. All right, let's see. Okay, didn't crash the game this time, so that's good. See that? What the hell? The LWO just took off somewhere. What the hell? What the hell is happening? Um, okay then. Okay, let's see. I need to learn how to port so I can put the modded cruiserweight title we used to have. So I can put the modded cruiserweight title we used to have here so I can get rid of one more created thing. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta add the render there. That's good. That's good. And then should just say X Division title down here. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. Which also means I can go in and do some quick deleting. Just to give you guys kind of a... Because everyone's always like, oh, how does Xander do this? How does Xander do that? How does he have room for so much stuff? The answer is I don't. Mods just free up a lot of room. Because, like, look at this. I just got rid of 5... I'm getting rid of 5 custom championships because of mods right now. That's the equivalent of about 10 to 15 logos that I just freed up. Cale Dixon, huh? Yeah, 17 images that just got freed up. Alright, how long does this take for Braun? Going on, Braun? Jesus! Oh, Ray texted me. Got it. Hold up. Cool. So it looks like we might be getting joined by Ray soon-ish. So that's pretty cool. Which, if you guys will give me a minute, means I do have to do a little bit of editing to the setup here. Good God, Braun Breaker. Okay, so... Let me just go to StreamYard. Alright, so what I gotta do is I just gotta do this. You guys can still hear my voice, which is good. Because then all I gotta do is this, that. Alright, and that can see my screen a little too well. That's actually only showing it more. That's only showing it more. That's only showing it more. There we go. Hold on. I know you guys still can't see me. Working on it. There we go. Here we are. Cool. And then when I go to Sanctuary streams, what I'll do... I'll figure it out when it comes time to actually show you all the game again. Alright. Oh, no. That's the back end. You guys don't need to see that. Okay. That's Pro Wrestling Mods. You guys don't need to see that. Shit. I'm figuring it out. Oh my god. I mean, this seems to be starting a story with Braun, where he's tired of just getting given local enhancement talent and actually wants to do something meaningful on main, which is nice. Okay, let's see here. Move the YouTube chat over here. Let's see. I'm going to check something now out of absolute fear. Yeah, a little bit of fear there. Close that tab. We just close any tabs that could cause potential spoiler stuff. We're figuring it all out here. This is part of why I need a third monitor. My wife might not think I need a third monitor, but she's not witnessed me having to deal with this shit. New Pepsi plunge animation's sick. Oh, yeah, I've seen it actually. It looks pretty cool. Let's see. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop out the chat. This way I can do this. Yeah, there we go. And then this way I can see chat. I can eat, or I've already eaten. I can see chat, and then when Ray gets here, he can add himself in. I can still do stuff on my game. Not that I think I need to, at least at the moment. Although I do need to bump up the computer audio for when Ray gets here. Which does mean you guys can hear all this noise, all these noises, which is great. It's awesome. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I had to do something. I'm fixing something that's been bothering me since fucking day one of the game real quick. Yeah, I've seen the new animation. It's really cool. Coming, you can turn off the menu sound effects. Yeah, but then I gotta turn them back on, Ray, and that's the issue. There we go. And I like the menu sound effects when I'm not streaming. Or when I'm not... You know what I mean. Cool. So what I needed to fix that's been bothering me for months, since the game came out 2.5 months ago, what I needed to fix was my character's portrait. Why do you need those out? Because I have autism, Ray, and the audio stimulates me. It stimulates me. I like there to be a noise or sound effect affiliated with the things I do. Really, that was a banger. Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that match. I had a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, okay. There we go. Now it's fixed. Now my guy has an actual render and he's not just yelling. That's really, really good to have. So I'm glad I got that handled. Just got a Firehouse Subs ad, and they're claiming they're not listening to me. That's what I had for dinner. All right, let's see. I've got the game closed for now. I've also got the game closed while I work on my modding stuff, obviously. Okay. So I've got several things that need to get modded in tonight, if I can. So I need sounds validation. Ray? Don't you fucking start with me. You, listen here. You listen here, young man. I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't have to explain myself, my audio stimulation. There's a reason why I use music to go to sleep. I am glad that I'm finally to a point mentally where I've accepted that I am not neurotypical, and I don't hold that against myself. I just kind of run with it. Like, 6 months ago, you would have never heard me shout, "I'm autistic, Ray, that's why," on stream. Whereas now, I feel comfortable enough as myself to say it. Because it's the case. I got diagnosed. Oh, this poor bastard's getting loaded into an ambulance. Predictions for the men's finals, Randy and Gunther. Braun tells Pierce, "You didn't put me in King of the Ring. This is on you." I mean, it's either Randy versus Gunther or it's Jay versus Tama. You're not gonna get Jay versus Randy, and you're not gonna get Gunther versus Tama. It's one or the other. All right, so the semifinals for the Queen of the Ring tournament coming up. Io versus uh who the fuck's Io up against tonight? I watched Raw last week, I swear. Oh, Lyra Valkyria, duh. Okay. I'm doing great, sweaty. Okay, so what should be happening now is I should be on the verge of being able to add a bunch of extra themes. If it's Jay versus Tama, do you see that as Fatu's debut? Hey, JT's here. JT, I almost sent you a Discord message last night. Um, I did actually almost send you a Discord message last night about something. Just because we do have each other on Discord now. Um, but I decided I want to leave you in the dark on it for now because I want your genuine reaction when it happens. But just know that I was coming up with something for the channel and I was thinking about you when I came up with it. Let's see. Hold up, I've got a text from Ray, which I need to check on my phone. Because otherwise I'm gonna... Oh, no, that's my wife. No, I wasn't gonna ban you. Do you think you lost too soon? No, you weren't gonna get banned. It was I was coming up with something and I was like, this is gonna pop JT. That's all there was to it. But yeah, no, you'll see. I'm gonna make graphics soon to make this big announcement. But no, I don't think Ilya got a loss or something. He lost to a main event guy. People just aren't fucking patient, is all it is. All there is to it. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm also working with a rather large additional mod here that is going to allegedly... See what we're going. I ain't even getting into it, man. I ain't even getting into it with that one. I just am not doing it. I think others just like Bianca and Jay. We're not getting that for free on Ramble. Exactly. And also, like Ilya and Gunther and everything, it's like Ilya lost to a guy that was the #1 draft pick. Tiffany lost to a girl that was the #1 draft pick. It ain't the end of the damn world. Like, it ain't the end of the world. It's not a burial at that point. Yes, Bianca was on one leg when Tiffany beat her, but also Bianca 1v5'd damage control so many times. It's not really the end of the world if she beats someone one-on-one when her leg was a little sore. I think people just take it a little too seriously. He's trying to do throwing Liv at Mania. I just don't even want Liv to win it in the first place, man. I don't know if I can handle Liv winning it. And I already know there's going to be people like, stay mad if Liv wins the belt. I don't care. Cannot stress that I don't care. I'm not mad. I just don't care enough about her. Simple as that. Liv winning is for CBH. A little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see. Ray, are you? Ray is not here yet. Well, this whole revenge thing doesn't make sense if she doesn't dethrone Rhea. Exactly! And even then, she's not gonna. I need Killer Baszler back as Raw Women's Champion. Yeah. I would like Shayna to get just, you know, one more kind of big win like that. That'd be nice. I'd enjoy it personally. Okay, let's see here. Oh. So I've now got a mod that's added about 100 and something extra slots for me to put music into, so that's helpful. So they forced her to tag with Ronda. She deserves one last idle run. Yeah, poor Shayna. Okay, so once Ray gets here, I need to go put my clothes in the dryer. But yeah, in the meantime, uh, I'll work on my announcement graphic real quick. What do you think about the new Gresham character? Quite simply, I don't care. I quite simply don't care. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Welcome. You arrived.
Yes, I have.
Folks, the wonderful Ray Wood has arrived. He's here at last.
The wonderful, talented, multilingual, proper amount of leg hair, Ray Wood.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about my leg hair?
No, I was thinking about the Family Guy bit low. It's be like, you see that, Peter? That's the right amount of leg hair.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I thought of a joke right before I came on. I was like, I have to tell Xander about this. Because I think Xander's gonna love this. You know the Family Guy bit where they're all in the bunker?
Yeah. I didn't care for the Godfather movies.
Okay. So I want you to picture that, all right? Well, since we're all about to die, I may as well come out and say it. I did not care for the Attitude Era. Right? how could you even say that, right? I didn't care for it. Did not care for the attitude. Right? It's like the perfect era. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Right? You have The Rock, Mick Foley, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Great talents. Great talents. Good. Get into it. Don't get into it. What? It insists upon itself. What? It insists upon itself. Which is honestly an apt description for the Attitude Era.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, I'm not saying the Attitude Era doesn't have some great moments. It undoubtedly does. But, like, by God.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, I don't think matches went over 5 minutes then.
Not often. Just working on doing some modding tonight, as you know.
How's that going?
Pretty good. Got some belt stuff working that was giving me trouble over the weekend, which is good. JT asks, what's our thoughts on Lucha Underground? So I never watched Lucha Underground, is the thing. You know, I've heard things about it. I've seen, like, clips of it. I've never watched it. I do think the idea of, like, a soap opera almost wrestling show is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've said, if we ever quit this and I still have the itch to do wrestling content, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never watched it like in full. I've seen bits and pieces, but I think it's a really cool concept, personally.
I saw parts of Lucha Underground. I saw some matches. It was always a very hard sell for people.
Yeah.
Especially considering they never could get a larger TV network to pick them up.
Do what now? Oh, for TV networks to pick up. I heard you.
Yeah.
I heard it. It just took a solid few seconds to process. Yeah, I think that I agree with Ray. It's one of those things where TV networks aren't going to be as interested in picking it up, but I really like the idea of something like that.
Well, it was something where they kind of had to go on a weird network with it.
Yeah.
Because they wanted the show to be in English. To try to appeal to an American audience because it was filmed in California.
Yeah.
But they were also trying to sell it to Spanish networks. And naturally, they wanted it to be in Spanish.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Here it says a retro Lucha Underground can be fun. I wouldn't count on us doing that just because that is, like, out of both of our wheelhouse a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I do love. Do you know the Gift of the Gods Championship in Lucha Underground?
Yes.
Where you have to like collect pieces of it to like put it together, and then you can use it.
I didn't know that was the case, but that does sound kind of cool.
Yeah. No, it's like it's literally like you have to like find different pieces of the belt, like whenever someone wins. So it's like how you get a shot at the big title. Or it's one of the ways, but you have to piece it together first.
Okay.
And then once you win all the pieces and you unite the belt again, the Gift of the Gods belt, you get a shot at the title. But once you get the shot at the title, the belt splits again, and someone has to put the belt together again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool concept. Zach says, Ray, what do you think about the new weapons that got patched in to 2K24?
Naturally, because I'm now doing the hardcore division, I guess, in this series. We always have one going, folks. At least
Someone's
one.
gotta.
Um,
I mean, someone's got to be hardcore on the channel, and it's not me right now. So
yeah. But I want to wait for a special match for that to happen.
yeah, it's like, I'm sure like a lot of people probably would have thought that like the ECW title match would have had them at WrestleMania, but like I feel like it's not me acting like a dick or anything if I say like, you just started a hardcore division. You asked me to let you be the one to introduce those weapons, and I told you that's perfectly fine. Like, Ray's the one currently doing like an active hardcore division. I think it's more meaningful for him to get to introduce those weapons than it would be for me to just kind of go, ooh, shiny new thing on a retro show.
Also, retro shows are fun, but by their very nature, almost none of the matches have actual any like build or heat to them at all.
Yeah, unless it's a situation like a few months ago where I was doing like a string of pay-per-views that were all tying together, like the 2013 and the 2014 stuff.
Yeah, which I kind of like, and just having like kind of like filler bits.
Yeah,
I guess. But how we're doing them right now, at least it is it's cold match, cold match, cold match, cold match.
Yeah, but the good news is people do like it.
And people love it, and I'm not judging it at all. But I'm like, like why introduce these things, like these very brutal weapons you could have in these matches? Why do it that way instead of just like waiting till you have a match with some actual like heat and some like anger in it, and like it's like, oh shit, like.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, like trying to keep kayfabe, broken glass is one of the most dangerous things you can be around. Like,
oh, for sure.
Yeah, like, and like I tested it out. Like, don't get me wrong, I went and I like broke as many glass tubes as I could just see how much like broken glass I could get laying in the ring.
Yeah.
Because I have John Moxley in my promotion. So.
Yeah.
The walking scar, John Moxley.
Yeah. So JT says crazy that the game called Cena versus Hardy Disaster. So it didn't. What happened there was after I recorded John Cena and Jeff Hardy's match, I went in and I filmed the bit where Jeff and Matt were each holding up the world titles, and the way I did that was by making custom belts out of the spinner belt and the ECW title, setting them as tag titles, and then having Jeff and Matt just using 2 controllers to finger poke of doom a tag team match for those belts and recording them each celebrating. So the game called the 3-second match I did to get that animation disastrous. I wish there was a way I could just turn off the star ratings permanently, like from showing at all, but the game just is insistent upon them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, JT says the ECW title match was perfect, which, yeah, I'm really proud of how Matt Hardy versus Umenga turned out, as Willie Regal would call him. Very proud of how that turned out. Like, that was one of my favorite matches I have recorded hardcore-wise. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I saw it. It was fun.
I was really proud of it. The only thing I wanted to do was I wanted Umaga to set up a table, go to the top rope to put Matt through it, and then Matt run, punch him, and do the twist of fate off the top through the table for the finish. But when I ran and punched Umaga trying to stun him on the top rope, that's when Matt just shoved him to the outside. It's like, well, that's not quite what I wanted, but okay.
Yeah, I like what I'm doing with AEW right now. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the booking's gone insane in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, for sure, but
In kind of the best way I think I could have done it.
yeah.
And it's gonna keep getting more insane for a while.
Oh yeah, Umaga doing the failed splash in the announce table. Yeah, I'm really proud of WrestleMania 25 as a whole. And like the views it's getting are really good, shockingly, like for a retro show especially.
It's good. You know, WrestleManias, they tend to get good views. That's why you do them. And not gonna lie, it's why you do them. They're like, they get better views than anything else we do.
Oh, for sure. And it's like,
Yeah.
at this point, and Ray, you can tell me if you disagree, I won't be mad. At this point, it kind of feels like, with the whole Brock thing, it's kind of like Jericho. I don't intend on using him in the main series, but at this point, we can't pretend he's not there in retro videos, so we just kind of have to hold our nose and do it.
Yeah.
It's like Hogan.
Brother.
Like, I told you a few weeks ago, and I called you out about this on stream a little bit. I told you recently, it's like, I feel like sooner or later with a Retromania, we're going to have to rip the Band-Aid off and do one with Hogan on it. And your response was just simply a gif of Ron Swanson going, no. It's like,
I'll acknowledge we have to. I just don't like Hulk Hogan.
my thought here is we've got 40 Manias, we've done 8 of them. Somehow we've dodged a lot of the ones that he's at. We're getting down to the point where we're going to have him there. He's at the first 9, minus WrestleMania 8.
Yeah, so, yeah, I know. And, like, a big thing I want to do with the early WrestleMania is like, kind of focus on some people they did bring in and did nothing with. So, guys, I don't know if you know this. Xander knows this. One of my all-time favorite wrestlers is Terry Funk.
Shit, Lyra Valkyria is going to the finals.
I thought she would.
I thought Io was winning. I think Naya's winning Queen of the Ring.
But anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
What was the thing? Oh yeah, Terry Funk. I want to do some things with him in the early WrestleManias because Terry Funk in the '80s was just a fantastic heel.
Yeah,
he was the best heel. I love him. He created the best Jim Cornette moment of all time. It was like Cornette's early years, Xander, and like Terry Funk talked about how much of a real man he is, right?
Yeah.
And he would go up to you and just go, "Are you a sissy?" So this was in Memphis, and he'd go up to Jerry Lawler. "Are you a sissy?" Go up to Lance Russell. "Are you a sissy?" He looked in the ring. "I see a sissy right there," and he was looking at Jim Cornette. And he starts running after him and trying to beat the shit out of him, I guess. And Jim Cornette is sprinting faster than anyone has ever seen him run before or since. Jim has said himself, "I don't know what happened that day. I have never ran that fast in all my goddamn life. I was so scared." Terry was legit. Like, Terry was actually, like, chasing him.
Yeah.
Like, he was working to an extent, but he was actually chasing you. Like, Terry Funk is a scary man, probably.
Yeah.
Imagine when he's chasing you in the 80s and he's all steroided up.
I'm getting everything put together graphics-wise to make the announcement for this thing I've been teasing all night. which you and I talked about a little earlier before we went live. Why is Truth doing the hokey pokey? Okay, so Ray, I feel like you're going to be happy with me finally saying this. The comedy gimmick having the tag titles has run its fucking course.
Well, Xander, you know how I feel.
You're like, well, Xander, I told you so.
Well, Xander, no, it's just, I know why you people wanted it. You don't know what's best for you.
Okay, now. Okay, Mr. God Complex.
It's not God complex.
Whatever you want to call it.
God complex with me thinking I'm superior. I just think I'm right.
God, Ilya looks like just such a main event star every time he shows up now.
Like I said, they are getting him over in Japan, literally just building him as like the news as like a real life Super Saiyan.
I mean, it works.
And then like having like the picture, like the hair going forward all crazy. Like
It works. No one is ready for what I'm announcing today.
oh boy.
No one is ready.
Like I said, oh boy.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit, are we getting Braun Ricochet? Ilya and Peak New Japan would have been fire. You're not wrong. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out who I can put on these announcement graphics. More or less. You're about to announce that you can, in fact. JTS, are you about to announce that you can, in fact, kill David Arquette? I mean, that wasn't where I was going with it. See, it's funny, like, I'm having to check now with a lot of wrestlers. There's a lot of people where I'm like, is this person still an active wrestler? And then I never know.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, they are not, and I am just wrong.
Sometimes they are, and it's like, what?
Yeah, sometimes they are, and it's like, really?
Like, I thought, like, when you brought it up today, I thought, not going to say in what context, but you brought up using Charlie Haas. And I was like, sure he was retired.
Yeah, he's not retired, shockingly.
Yeah, I was like, well, good for him, I guess, but you know.
Yeah, he actually was briefly in TNA a few years ago.
I looked it up and I was like, oh wait, yeah, he wrestled Josh Alexander last year.
Yeah, like his last match was August of last year, but I think he's dealing with an injury right now.
Yeah. Maybe he'll come back to TNA. Who knows?
That could be fun. I mean, Shelton's on the Indies now, so you never know.
Yeah.
Pierre asks, do we think we're going to get Bianca and Jade versus Nia and Tiffany? That would be fun. I think Nia and Tiffany is a pairing that could work, personally. Apparently, they're pretty good friends backstage.
Mm.
Let's see. So I'm having a bit of trouble with putting people on the graphic for this announcement. And when it gets to the point where I show off the graphic, I will explain why. And then people will be like, well, Xander, that's just kind of exactly what these kind of graphics are. And it's like, yes, comma, however. I am glad Braun Breaker's, like, actually got a story going on. Although all I'm saying is, if Braun Breaker's gimmick is that he beats people really fast, Ricochet's got a belt that's meant for beating people really fast.
I literally, like, the second you were talking to me about, well, the second I had the idea, right? For saying, hey, I'll take the cruiserweight, you take the speed title, and that's how we'll do it. I thought Xander's gonna put the belt on some massive fucker who just beats everybody, and like, you're like, oh.
Meg Brosby, Jimmy. Adam's got to send Odyssey Jones down to Braun Breaker. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Zach says Ilya versus Braun. Could see that too. That'd be fun. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Does Odyssey Jones exist? I swear he was also drafted last year. Yeah, yeah. That's true. Hold on. You're good. Okay, let's see here. So, I'm kind of having a look at, like, a database of stuff. Hasn't he been injury prone lately? I don't think so. I know he was injured when he got drafted to begin with. But, like... He's been working house shows and stuff fairly recently, from what I remember. Let's see.
Imagine if someone walked up to Gunther while he was like just in there, like, "Sir, building's closed right now. You can't be in here."
Oh, you want to tell me I cannot be in here? I chop you!
Oh my God, Timmy! You just chopped the custodian, man.
Ah, Gunther. Hmm. JT, I have no thoughts on that individual, and that is where I end that conversation.
What?
He asked for thoughts on Paul London's former tag team partner,
Ah,
to which I said I have no thoughts. I don't have the time of day to have thoughts for that individual.
one of my thoughts.
My thoughts are, holy shit, I just almost unplugged my computer, but go ahead.
My thoughts are Ezekiel Jackson.
Ezekiel Jackson, indeed.
Yes.
Couldn't have said it any better.
The last ECW champion.
JT said, was that Cornell I heard? His voice, my Cornell impression kind of slips out occasionally when I get a little nervous about something. So it wouldn't shock me. Yeah, that works for that. Ezekiel Jackson is like 5,000 and something days as ECW champion. He sure is. We have to show respect to the true final ECW champion. I really don't know how to. I can't really say that I know how to feel about the what do you say? What do you call it? Um, Carlito and Judgment Day stuff.
I just wish it wanted. I wish it would bring like an actual, like, legit new member.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I just.
No, but like you have R-Truth in the group briefly, and then now you have Carlito as like another joke member. I'm like, if you're gonna add another person, it needs to be like a serious addition to the group.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I also get like that it's really hard to find someone who has the right chemistry, but
Yeah. I really just.
I thought you were about to go, Ray. Never mind. I still love the Awesome Truth.
No. No, I think I like them less now. Miz was so off with that timing about 15 times there. Anyways, you're in charge for a minute, Ray. I gotta go put my clothes in the dryer. He knew too much.
What?
I just completely like Metal Gear Solid takedown Luigi and said he knew too much.
And Ray, any more you can announce for AEW this week? Something will happen involving Swerve Strickland. Not something I want to spoil too much on. We'll not just continue building Double or Nothing. I don't know precisely when it's happening yet, but also next release we're going to have Wrestle Kingdom. I've already began rolling out a few matches. I think a lot of people can figure out what the match for the title is going to be.
Oh yeah.
If you saw the end of Golden Quartet.
Okay, let's see. JT really wants to know what you think of Big Show's reign as ECW champion.
I like Big Show, but it was physically his worst time ever.
Yeah.
He was at his absolute biggest at the time. Like there's like multiple occasions of him having to end the match early because he was breathing really heavy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when Luigi gets his revenge on you in ARW, don't say nothing, pal. That's assuming I ever actually do another fucking ARW episode. I
What?
want to, I just... You know...
What are you talking about doing?
Oh shit, Sonya Deville's back. Good to see Sonya Deville back. I love Sonya Deville. But anyway, JT said not to be complaining if Luigi gets revenge on me in ARW for taking him out like that, and I said that's assuming I ever do another fucking ARW episode. I want to, I just never have time. But like, we're also 5 weeks away from you taking over SmackDown. And people might not think that's going to free up a lot of time from me because it's one episode. But oh my god, that's going to free up so much time.
What are you talking about?
You taking over SmackDown, how it's going to free up.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's going to free up hours of my week.
So to give you guys an idea, average episode of Universe Mode, and this is ideal. These are ideal circumstances. This isn't you getting stuck recording a single match for 1 hour because you just can't get the match to work properly. That happens a good bit. This is you not having to go back and re-record something because you forgot. That happens a good bit. But ideal circumstances, recording to exported, rendered, and uploading is 4 hours.
Yeah.
That is most ideal circumstances. That is you working absolute peak. Like,
and that's not even counting like writing the episode.
That's not counting writing the episodes. You can't really time counting around the episodes either, because like Xander, I know has time period because I book a lot more on the fly than Xander does. So there was a clip where Jim Cornette said he liked Samantha Irvin.
Yeah.
And then people responded with another clip where Samantha Irvin said she liked Jim Cornette, but she didn't think Jim Cornette liked her.
Yeah.
And everyone started saying, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And then Jim responded with, "She thought I didn't like her? Now I feel bad." Like he's like, when I said I don't like female ring announcers, I meant just as a principle. I didn't mean anything personal by it. She's perfectly fine. Like, I actually think she's an exception a lot of times to the rule. But
all right, so I can officially announce what I wanted to announce now. And I will make more announcements through the night about it. But folks, I have talked about the LS11 Indies so many times, haven't I?
yes.
Almost an annoying amount of times.
Yes.
Okay, you didn't have to agree with me on that one, you dick. Anyways, I've talked about the LS11 Indies.
You don't have to agree with everything I say.
Yeah, you dick. Anyways, one in particular only really one LS11 indie fed has ever truly seen the light of day and stuck around. And that's not counting Alaska Championship Wrestling, because really Brady Baxter's Alaska Heavyweight Championship is kind of the exception to this. And I did
And
one
Alaska Championship Wrestling isn't an indie; it's a territory. It's
exactly. The only thing that ever saw the light of day, and we've talked about it before, and just for the purpose of full explanation here, I'll pull it up again just so people kind of know exactly what I'm talking about here. And that was the day before, or the week before my wedding, I premiered this Los Angeles Championship Los Angeles Wrestling, the LAW territory indie fed, and it was a member only series. And,
hello, LS11 Universe. It is
and on
Xander.
that show we had
LSWF's
Ladies and
gentlemen,
Adrian
Fonzo
Nova
is no more.
against the former Curtis Axel Henning, to crown the first ever Los Angeles Wrestling Champion, which was actually a really fun match. And Adrian Nova, better known to a lot of people as Fonzo, would actually end up walking out of that match as the LA
World
Champion,
Heavyweight
which
Champion.
we saw him defend at Xandermania.
Adrian Nova.
We also had Cassie Lee, the former Peyton
That is
Royce,
just very fun.
LSWF's Elizabeth Bell, now known as Eliza Blackstone, Indie star Miranda Lees, and the former Caitlyn from WWE, face off for the LAW Women's title.
Celeste makes her way down to the ring.
With Caitlyn coming out as the winner and the champion. It's been occasionally joked about how she won this belt, but we never saw her with it again, and that was
coming up next.
8 months ago. The one and only appearance of the
folks, it is
Vaudevillains
time for
happened
some
on this
tag team
show.
action up next.
But the big thing that a lot of
As
people
it is time
remember
to say
being
hello
advertised for this show was the main event.
Big Papa
The
Pump
Ring
is
of Honor
here.
World Television title
Scott
match. Scott Steiner
WWE.
as the enforcer. Carnold up against Matt Cardona, right? And a lot of people talk about how Brian Myers showed up at the end of the show.
Oh my God!
And
Silence. Saving
ended
the
up costing
enforcer.
Arnold the match to Matt Cardona,
Ready.
like that. And
Just
I announced that day, right? Like the day after that show went live, I announced the follow-up LAW show, and it never happened.
Where it's Major Brothers
versus Big Papa Pump and the Exterminator. Yeah. That was supposed to happen, and it never did. Well, I can now proudly announce that later this week, I'm not going to give a definitive date yet, later this week, on the Xander LS11 channel, my solo channel, LAW is back. An official mixing of the indies, original characters from the 2K career modes, indie stars, LSWF stars, people you might see on New Japan, TNA, or Ring of Honor that just don't appear that often, kind of like how they do in real life where they can work the indies. People like that, legends that can still go in the ring a little bit. You're going to be seeing all of them and more on LA Dub. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can confirm, and I will announce more matches for the first LA Dub show throughout tonight. Later this week, the matchup is finally happening. The first LAW show on the Xander LS11 channel will be Los Angeles Wrestling Champion Arnold Schwarzenegger and WWE Hall of Famer, former TNA World Champion Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner against the major players Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. And when I call Scott Steiner a former TNA champion, keep in mind, you haven't seen my history of TNA yet.
all of Jeff Jarrett's reign was just replaced with Scott Steiner and Xander's TNA. No, Xander, we got him to my world.
My
Yeah,
world.
world, my world, my world.
Can you leave my mark talking my world, my world? Although, if memory serves correctly, Jeff Jarrett's not currently on a roster in LS11 Universe.
Not yet. But JEFFJARRETT will land somewhere.
And for those who couldn't tell who all was on the poster for LAW's return,
Oh,
top row, starting in the top right, that was Casey Navarro, Cole Quinn, Heath Slater, myself, of course, AJ Francis, Charlie Haas, LSWF's Amanda Lawrence, Miranda Elise, Axel Henning, the former Curtis Axel, Maven Huffman, LAW champion Cornold, Adrian Nova, and LAW women's champion Caitlin. I'm very excited. There's some big stuff coming with LAW this week. In fact, I'm not gonna spoil anything. But there is someone coming to LAW that people there is someone coming to LAW who many of you have been waiting for, is all I'm gonna say. Someone coming to the LS11 universe that people have been asking about for a while.
okay.
I'm very excited for people to see this. So I don't know how often LAW is gonna air on the channel, because it's gonna be on my solo channel, and that's just so it doesn't mess with the views of LS11 Universe. But currently, some of the names I can confirm that you'll be seeing regularly on Los Angeles Wrestling: Tyler Breeze, Cornel Zanzenegger, Heath Slater, Maven Huffman, Paul London, LSWF's Alexander Blackstone, Fuego del Sol, Casey Navarro, Dante Leon, the duo of Drama King Matt and Simon Gotch, Maximum, or MXM, Mansoor and Mason Madden, LSWF's Eliza Blackstone, Caitlin, Renee Michelle, Cassie Lee, and LSWF's Amanda Lawrence. Essentially, you're going to be seeing more and more people that we currently don't really have much to do with.
You would love it, Xander.
Yes, JT, someone who a lot of fans have been asking for a while. Oh, shit, it's Braun.
Get him, Carlito!
Okay, I'm Jacob Kaz coming to LAW. Honestly, not a bad shout. Jacob Kaz is the your created wrestler from WWE 12, Road to WrestleMania. Zach says, I think Drama King Matt's retired. I'm not sure. Don't get mad. Zach, I'm not going to get mad. But in all fairness, Drama King Matt does occasional matches from what I've gathered. Like, he's not like a full-time guy, but last I checked, I believe he recently did team up with Simon Gotch on the Indies. Yeah, literally last October. Actually, his last match was back in December. He and the Vaudevillains reunited to take on JP Grayson and Tommy Grayson at Battleground Championship Wrestling.
A part of me hope Lyra wins just because I think her and Becky would be really fun.
Yeah, call back to the NXT history. I feel like we get one heel, one face winning King and Queen of the Ring.
I'm still thinking Gunther's gonna win.
I hope he does, but I'm not going to be shocked if Jay beats him tonight. Oh no, JT says, all this excitement has me pretty hungry. Oh no. I would never. I should feed me more. I would never. Plus, John Silver, who's Johnny Hungy and needs to be fed more, is on the AEW roster. So I'd have to clear it with Ray if I was going to use him.
Mm-hmm.
You good, man?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, you just seem tired.
I'm a little bit tired, but I'm fine.
I was just waiting for, yeah, I'm tired. Tired of your shit, Xander. Deal with you for 5 years of this shit.
No. Okay. No.
No.
I'm gonna peel bacon off your back. Yeah, this coming Wednesday on Dynamite, as we all know, it will be a premiere. It will be Okada versus Omega.
If you didn't clear it with Ray, I'd be shell-shocked. You really think I'm gonna bring that fucker in? You really think I'm gonna bring the Ryback to Los Angeles Wrestling? Ryback retired when CM Punk returned.
Obviously, Tyrus is coming.
You know, I never said I wasn't gonna bring in Tyrus the Virus, who also recently retired.
Yeah, because he couldn't work in the last couple of years to begin with, even when he was a WA champion. Why did they do that?
Because he's on Fox News every week.
No, that was the beginning of the end for the NWA, really. Trevor Murdoch was the bad champion. Nick Aldis was a good champion.
Choose your words about Matt Cardona carefully.
Matt Cardona didn't really hold the title long enough for it to be much of consequence.
Fair.
But like, and EC3, as far as I know, he's being fine with it. But
yeah.
But Tyrus, it's totally killed the brand. NWA is worth next to nothing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. A few years ago, it was better because at least they were operating within the niche, right? Like it's an old school wrestling show for old school wrestling fans who like old studio wrestling. And I will say, some great promos were cut there. Xander, I know you haven't seen too much of Aaron Stevens' NWA work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredible. And also, you want to know who is the main producer behind Aaron Stevens for like 4 months?
Do what now?
Want to know who's the main producer behind Aaron Stevens and NWA for like 4 months?
Who?
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, I'm not really shocked about that.
Apparently, him and Aaron Stevens got along very well.
can't say I'm shocked. I will say, one thing that does annoy me a little that they took out of 2K23, which means if I want to do anything with this, I need to go get a clip out of 2K22. I don't know why they just decided to get rid of Elias's, like, performance in 2K23, like, where he actually does a song.
Uh-huh.
Because if just that entrance was still in 2K23, I could just dub over it, which would be really great. But now if I want to do that, I'm going to have to go back to 2K22, which has no servers anymore, so I can't download an arena to use it with. So it's like, if I want to do anything with Elijah, like doing a performance, I'm just going to have to, like, figure it out, more or less.
I mean, but if you also want to go back there, you could do Joe Hendry in a live performance.
That was the original idea for how Elijah was going to get brought into LS11 TNA. Was instead of just drifting through like he did and getting signed, and being the artist formerly known as Elias, which, by the way, a lot of people made fun of me for calling him that. He literally goes by the artist formerly known as Elias, Elijah, on the indies now. So, mic drop on that one.
I mean, for years, people like the Bushwhackers were Luke and Butch, formerly the Bushwhackers.
Exactly.
Guys, in wrestling, you do things. You add 3 inches and 20 pounds. That's the thing. The fact that, from what I understand, AEW doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, why? You always add 3 inches, 20 pounds. That's wrestling, baby. I hope Liv Morgan doesn't win this belt.
Oh, yeah. JT says, when's the next multiverse of matches? So the next TNA, the next crossover event like that will be September time in game, which would be, we're in February right now. March is in June. April is in July. May is in August.
They're in Greensboro?
It'll be early next year before we do our next big crossover show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in North Carolina tonight.
No, but they're in Greensboro.
Yeah.
That was the main town for Crockett for years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, like, the first Starcade was from Greensboro.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And for a while, like, that was, like, their thing, was every year they got Starcade.
To quote Peter Griffin, "Oh my God, who the hell cares?"
I feel like you and I are the only people doing this online, just being like, who actually cares about Liv Morgan?
How are we the only ones? How are we the only ones not over this fucker? So everyone knows, LIW is going to be a mix of 2K23 and 24, just because of like community creation limitations and the LSWF roster mostly being on 23 right now, and the fact I'm not quite confident I can duplicate my save data on 24. I mean, now that it's called Cake View this year, not Cake Tools. But now that Cake View is out, I feel like I probably could. Which would make moving LSWF there a little easier. Doesn't mean I'm not nervous. Because I would like to be able to just say goodbye to 2K23. Free up that 100 and something gigs on my computer. Then how do you feel about dropping pizza on the floor? I feel like it's a waste of good pizza. LAW about to be the PWG of LS11. I mean, we've got El Ordinario available. So, you know. We have El Generico at home, El Ordinario. Hey, you never know. ECW legend The Sandman may show up at some point. He still does stuff on the indies, I'm pretty sure.
You know, Liv Morgan, this great promo, who always talks like this in all of her promos.
And there's absolutely no thing that isn't robotic about it. I swear, we're the only people who don't like Liv Morgan.
I'm there. I'm like, I feel like everyone is watching a different show because I'm sitting here like her promos, like she does this. Like at the end, she started getting more into it, but like, why did she say like she doesn't care about you people? Why say she doesn't care about you people? What are you thinking? Like actually, like sell
No,
it.
absolutely right.
Like this is wrestling.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Like Becky is doing. Becky is selling it.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to mod someone into one of these kind of, I'm going to attempt to mod someone into one of the My Rise slots real quick. Just to see if it works. Alright, I'm going to...
You people, what she mean by that? I would love it if Becky whoa. What do you mean by you people? And then just the clip from Tropic Thunder. What do you mean, you people? Have you seen Tropic Thunder, Xander?
No, and at this point I'm almost scared too.
Xander, you need to see this movie. Don't worry, your wife will not be around for it. I
mean, I've got the Sanctuary to keep her from seeing anything that she might not enjoy. It's kind of annoying. There's a lot of people that are in the files. Like Titus O'Neil is in the files for 2K24, but he doesn't have a slot. And so I can't just like click a couple buttons and make him be on the roster.
Are there hidden slots this year?
There are, but they're a little harder to find. And also, like, you can use meta to unlock slots, but I watched the tutorial on it 4 or 5 times, and I'm still not quite sure how to do it. And, like, I don't feel confident enough to do that over and over again. If I'm quite honest. Alright, I'm going to give a shot at modding this person
so Asuka's
in.
hurt?
What was that?
So Asuka's hurt?
Seems that way.
Who do you think, Xander? Who do you got for this one?
For what? The Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah.
I didn't see who all was in it.
So it's Katana Chance and Kane Carter. It's Damage Control. It's Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree. And then Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
Probably Zoe and Shayna.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to go with.
In the beautiful city of Jeddah.
The beautiful and progressive city of Jeddah.
That channel that
Guys, I know it's horrible, but it's true. They're literally just going, women driving? Progressive!
So it's
That's
funny.
literally something that happened in the last 10 years. In the last 10 years, in Saudi Arabia, it was made legal for women to drive cars.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah, they're progressive, guys.
All right, I'm launching my game, just so everyone is aware. You're going to hear some extra background noise while your boy does some work over here. You excited for Deadpool and Wolverine?
I'm very much excited for Deadpool and Wolverine.
I am as well. I'm getting a Mint Mobile ad right now, so it made me think of that. I love Ryan Reynolds, so...
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds owns my phone number.
So, yeah, like, and apparently there might be some stuff, in Deadpool and Wolverine that, like, hints to stuff that happens in X-Men 97.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Because, like, they don't outright say it, but there is a shot of the sacred timeline in X-Men 97.
Oh, cool.
It's like in the background though. It's like,
Yeah. Well, I'm also excited because Deadpool and Wolverine comes out the day after my birthday.
yeah.
So I've got plans to go see it with my wife.
Better go ahead and get tickets. Tickets already went on sale and they're already selling out quick.
I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to get tickets out here. It's in the summer, and a lot of the kids in this town are going to probably at that time.
Yeah, man, check out X-Men 97.
I plan to. I really do.
Check it out with Alex. I think she'll be into it too.
Also, I do apologize. Everyone just hears like the crowd just cheering noises in the background while I'm doing this. Okay, yeah, this unlocks a bunch of like. Yeah, this has unlocked like a bunch of theme songs for me to assign to people, so that's really helpful.
That's cool.
So that's like doubled the amount of stuff I can work with. Oh, it's Xavier Woods. Good to see it. I'll have to play with a lot more of this stuff, like, off-stream because of, you know... I'll have to play with a lot more off-stream for obvious reasons, but... Yeah, I'll get it all together. I'm just looking at what all I've got available now. But, like, yeah, unlocks a lot of the hidden themes that are...
Oh, my goodness.
What's up?
I haven't seen the new facial hair for Karrion Kross.
Oh, he's got... Is it, like, the handlebar mustache?
Yeah.
It's a good-looking dude. He makes it work.
I know, I want him to wear a cowboy hat. I want Karrion Kross to be wearing a cowboy hat. Cowboy boots. Cowboy shirt. I want him to bring me a pail of water. I'm a damsel in distress in the desert.
Zach says, I think the Chamber's on my birthday for LS11 Universe. If it's on June 1st, then that's an awesome birthday present. I believe it airs on June 1st. It should all, if everything goes correctly.
Alright, guys, who's going to go and say that Strike Force is better than Stark and Baszler?
League's better. Need to quickly just make sure I got all this saved. Yeah, it's probably a Shayna and Zoe win just because they're the only heels in the match.
I mean, I could see it being like Niall and Dupree though if they wanted to progress the Gable stuff.
Yeah, that's the only other team I could see winning it. I don't see the Party Girls winning, and I don't see Damage Control version 4
well,
winning.
the Party Girls have already been champion. That didn't really
like make waves.
Yeah. Now, granted,
What?
Granted, the Party Girls really are meant for us. The Party Girls are meant for the kids.
I don't mind them.
Yeah.
I have no problems with them. I like them.
Yeah, no, I like them fine, but like I said, I think they're like mainly for kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they just came out here with Buzz Lightyear blasters active. So.
True.
They're gonna do the Fatal 4-Way style I hate, aren't they?
Apparently, it's easier for the wrestlers.
I wouldn't think. No, I think it's probably easier for TV.
Well, like when I say that, I mean like I don't remember who it was, but back in 2017, when they did it with one person from each team in the ring, someone from that match talked about it in a shoot interview and was like, yeah, no, it's actually just easier to have 2 people in the ring instead of 4. Oh, now I remember what I was doing.
Well, don't advertise stipulation and not sell on it. You asked me for a fatal 4-way tag team match. I want a fatal 4-way tag team match, damn it. I don't think I'm asking a lot as a consumer for you to.
Man, I'm really excited for next week because next week we have a premiere for Raw with the big 10-man gauntlet coming up.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for, and I hope a lot of people are excited for it. The lineup was officially announced as of today. It is The Miz, Braun Strowman, Dijak, Dexter Lumis, LA Knight, assuming that he is cleared after the assault from The Rock, as well as Grayson Waller. I'm doing this all off the top of my head. I might have to tap out and go into my lineup list that I've got here, because I know who all's in it. I'm missing 4. Johnny Gargano, AJ Styles, Chad Gable, and Chase U's Duke Hudson. And the winner will get the final slot in the Elimination Chamber. Which is pretty cool if you ask me.
So only bringing this up because I saw an ad for it. When was the last time you went to a Sonic?
A couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, my roommate wanted Sonic, and so we decided to go get Sonic.
I've never craved Sonic specifically. I've had it.
Yeah.
But I never seek out Sonic.
I get that. So, folks, out of that lineup I just announced for the gauntlet, who do we think is going to take that final slot alongside Kevin Owens, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, main event Jey Uso, and I'm trying to make sure I don't say the wrong name because I've switched around people that are going to be in the chamber a lot. Hold on a minute. Bobby Lashley. That's who I was forgetting. Yeah, who do we think is going to be the 6th man to join those 5 out of the 10 I just listed?
This season, it's been one of our best ones, but this season will be known by the phrase, well, we changed our plan.
This has definitely been the biggest season where we've done that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad thing by any means.
Oh, yeah.
Zach says he's got a prediction for that match. Well, let's hear it. You know we always like to hear people's predictions. Or at least I do. I assume you do.
Sure.
I like hearing what our fans theorize about our stuff.
Maxine, you wrestle like Nacho Libre.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you on that one, Ray.
I almost like expect to hear her like being like kick to the face, kick to the face. And a sponge to the face, or a kick to the face, but you cannot do it. Sorry,
What?
did you just hear?
No.
Cade said sorry to Maxine on the way down. Like audibly, like you could hear it. Like
Jeez. Zach says Gargano because that starts the build up to heel KO versus Gargano since they've been teasing it for weeks, even months. Interesting prediction.
so, Xander, you can be free to disagree with me, right?
I'm sorry, what?
But the longer I watch wrestling, and the more I see like Tower of Doom spots, you know,
Yeah.
or spots in general, where people are like standing and waiting. I'm like, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know, like I don't know, like to me, it kind of breaks like the flow sometimes when someone's just clearly standing, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I really hope they don't just have Damage Control win it. Like, I've seen Damage Control in the women's tag title picture for quite literally the last 2.5 years. Something different, please.
Well, also, Kyrie, Asuka, and Io could all be single stars on their own, so it's just.
There we go. I think the chamber sets up 2 matches within the chamber, says Zach. Time shall tell.
All right.
All right. I don't think Shayna and Zoe win the belt as much as I would like to see Shayna with the belt, but I think it'll be a pretty fun match. Oh, it's Ludriz Kaiser. I like Ludwig Kaiser a lot. I think there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Giovanni Vinci in this whole thing, though.
Come on, Baldy. You want to know, honestly, like what I was hoping for
Hmm.
in WWE 2K24 with the expansion pack?
What's up?
If they included Devon Dudley alternate attire, and for Batista, you could do the Deacon Batista.
I think What's the Status has already made that.
I know, but this.
Like, I don't think it took any time at all for him to have that ready to go.
Oh, testify!
Oh, my brother. Testify. You know who else could appear? Well, actually, I'd have to check if this person's retired or not, because I don't know.
Huh?
I have to check and see if this person's retired real quick, because I don't know. This person's not wrestled in 2 years, so I think probably not.
You want to know where my mind went?
Where?
I mean, it's like, oh, let me check if this person's retired. Oh my God, he's dead.
That has happened before. It has indeed happened before.
Well, I guess he's retired because
Yeah, pretty much.
permanently.
Hey, Ray, you know who I just realized I could bring into LAW?
Ew.
I'm sending you a text with the name. I just sent it to you.
Oh my God.
I assume you just saw the name.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an option.
Xander, you want to know what else is? You want to know what else is an option?
Hmm.
Nuclear war. But we don't use that either.
Ray! What the fuck?
I was listening to my friends and we went to, I never forgot it. Like nuclear war is also an option, but we didn't choose that either.
So, Ray, do you know who Santi Zap is?
Who?
Santi Zap. He's a wrestling YouTuber.
No.
He kind of got big on TikTok for his reactions and like a podcast he used to be part of. I think he used to be part of. I don't know if Straight Shoot is still a podcast anymore. But Dijak has been making his life hell on Twitter. So he and Dijak, they're not really like friends behind the scenes. Like they follow each other on Twitter and stuff, and so they
Yeah.
interact a lot. Uh, and every time Santi has tweeted the last few days, Dijak has just responded with like almost the exact same tweet, but ending it with the word ratio, which you know what ratio is, right?
Yeah.
When you tweet something in response to get more likes than the original.
Yes.
So, um, for example, he tweeted. It all started on May 18th. He tweets out at the airport, "Send me memes." Hold on, I'm just gonna share it so people can see this. Um, so this is just the story of Santi and Dijak the last few days. Santi says, at the airport, send me memes. Dijak responds, Dijak316 says, I just ratioed your ass. 5.7k likes as opposed to 1.9k on the original. And so then Santi goes on and he's like, had to travel to Super Mario World to escape Dijak. It's a me, Ratio. Maybe the magic and wonder of Hogwarts and the wizarding world of Harry Potter will protect me from Dijak. Uh, uh, yes.
I have a guest for the stream.
Oh, okay. It just tweets, Avaragadav ratio. And then Dijak just posts this on Instagram. Oh, we got Nizzle in the background.
This man will go to sleep at night thinking about Dominic Dijakovic.
So he pays Dijak. He pays Dijak on Cameo to apologize for ratioing him. And Dijak says, I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to ratio you with this video too. And you can hear Mansoor and Mason Madden wheezing in the background. Because they're just in on it. And it's just the funniest shit to me. Dijak is the king of Twitter, and I am just anxiously awaiting when he finally shows up on Raw. I'm gonna hold out hope that they're just waiting until after King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Nizzle, where are you even? She vanished, and now I'm concerned. The ninja training is starting to pay off.
Miss Lou's like, Dad, I'm on an adventure.
Pretty much. Oh, I heard it. I heard the little... Where?
I think Randy versus Gunther. I mean, I could see them doing Jay versus Tama though.
Yeah, it's either Jay versus Tama or Randy versus Gunther. It's one or the other. There's no in between. We're not getting Jay versus Randy, and we're not getting Tama versus Gunther.
Yeah. Sir, please quit screaming in the hall. I saw this joke about Mr. Man being obsessed with screens, and then Triple H has to replace that with an obsession with lasers.
Do what?
They replaced Vince's obsession with screen with Triple H's obsession with lasers.
And tracking shots.
Yeah.
I prefer the lasers to the screens, though. I do wish they would lower the amount of screens a little more, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the barricades need to be LED.
The ring posts don't need to be LED.
If you want to have it on one apron, sure, why not?
I mean, yeah, I get that, because then you can do it for, like, ads and stuff like that.
That's probably why they have so much around the ring, is for
Oh,
advertising.
yeah, you can do more. It's more ad space. With Vince, it was wanting to show, like, you had the best production team in the world that was led by, Kevin Dunn, who never had any schooling in that.
Yeah. Oh, shit, I didn't even see it. They did a backstage thing of Gable talking to the Creeds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Come here, Missile. Let me use you for views, Missile. 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 She's not coming out. Zach says if it's Jay versus Tama, I can see Fatu debuting. If it's Jay versus Tama Tonga, it's gonna be Jay winning King of the Ring. Also, looks like we're gonna hit 4,000 subscribers in the next couple weeks.
Mm.
That's pretty cool. Yeah? Yeah, Missile? Oh, she's wanting out because her feet are probably just turned over. All right, Gunther and Jay, let's do it.
Alright.
We'll say we did this match on the main event of pay-per-view a few months ago. And now the winner of this gets to go to the
Beautiful and progressive city of Cheddar.
Why are they just playing ad like advertising Ivar to be on tomorrow's NXT when Ivar's hurt?
Probably because they only just announced his replacement a couple hours ago, so they haven't had time to put up. So they didn't have time to get the network a new commercial for tomorrow. His replacement is Joe Coffey.
Hmm.
I have feelings on that one. Okay, hold on. I've been kind of doing like this thing on stream lately, where every time I'm checking WWE.com, every stream, just to see, you know, have they at this point, because they've both been there for over a month, almost two, actually. Have they added Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa to WWE.com? Taking bets? I'm going to say no. No. No, they still have not.
Alright.
And it bothers me every time. Zach says, you think Drew costs Jay tonight? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
I also get to some level it's probably easier if you're a wrestler to to hit like a hollowed out metal post and not really hurt yourself to just actually hit the solid steel metal post.
Yeah, I think you're onto something with that. I think Drew will call it even with Jay now, since Drew's destroyed him 50 times already. Oh. I got nothing on that one, man.
There's another rumor that WWE is actually might be changing their ropes soon.
Yeah?
Which again, I'm for it. I think they should. I think cables look so much better than like the ropes WWE has.
Yeah. Big Punk will cost Drew again when Drew faces Priest. I feel like they can't do that again. They can't have Drew lose in front of Scotland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can't have Drew lose in Scotland again.
Who knows?
See behind it, Drew gonna get what? I mean, I feel like it makes more. Drew can't just keep getting humiliated by Punk. Drew's got to get one up on him at some point.
Yeah.
So I feel like Drew winning the world title in Glasgow and then blowing a kiss to Punk while he jumps over the barricade with the world heavyweight title would be the way to do that. I'm not looking forward to how the internet's going to react if Jey Uso beats Gunther tonight. Because, you know, they were super thrilled when he beat Ilya Dragunov last week.
Yeah.
Um, When do you think Drew's been putting his anger towards the wrong Uso? Jay wasn't even Clash of the Castle, it was Solo. Oh yeah, it was the third Uso. Solo. Yeah, Twitter might combust due to their seemingly out of nowhere hatred of Jay.
Hmm?
Pierre was saying that Twitter might just combust because they've recently decided they don't like Jey Uso, so they might explode
Yeah.
if he wins tonight.
Hmm.
Oh. I do like how the crowns look this year.
Yeah.
They look more like a prize you win rather than a gimmick you're going to be stuck in the lower mid card with for the next few years. Michael Cole putting over King of the Ring as if the last, 15, 20 years where the winners weren't absolute jokes.
Well, Xander, you gotta do it sometimes.
Zach says, when are people going to realize this isn't the old booking team? One loss isn't the end of an NXT call-up. Wait, hold up. Zach, didn't you ask me earlier tonight if because Ilya lost one match, he was, his momentum got derailed?
Hmm.
That might not have been you that asked that, but that... I'm going back in the chat to see, because I'm trying to remember who asked that, but I feel like I remember someone asking that. Yeah, Zach asked me earlier tonight, do you think Ilya lost too soon? But yeah, no, I think it's fine. When you come up from NXT nowadays, you're kind of like in the position of an upper mid-card guy.
Yeah.
You can easily dispatch of lower card guys. Ilya had no problem beating Ricochet, but you're going to struggle and you're probably not going to beat the main eventers right now.
Yeah.
It was like how Carmelo Hayes came in. He beat, he beat Baron Corbin, no problem, but then he lost to Randy Orton. No, it was a simple opinion question. Fair enough. Whichever one of these two wins tonight is definitely winning the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
I feel like Nia Jax is probably going to be Queen of the Ring.
I mean, I could see Randy doing it because it's one of the few things he hasn't done.
Yeah. Whether it's Bianca or Nia, I don't see Lyra beating either of them to become queen, though. I'd like it to be someone who, you know, kind of needs that big accomplishment, i.e. not Bianca, not Randy, but, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I do like that they didn't make it like the referee was down for this absurdly long period of time.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Oh, I thought they were going to do the 3 drops thing. Hell yeah. That was a great finish to the match. They were clearly kind of running out of time, though. Because it was like, bell rang, music played for approximately 3 seconds, and then, show went off the air. Yeah, hell yeah. That was a good show.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten the habit lately of just watching Raw kind of over my shoulder. You haven't really seen the new layout too much in the Sanctuary, but you'll see it soon, hopefully. I'm going to move the monitors right now 90 degrees so that I'm facing the wall that the TV is on. Again, that way when I'm doing this, I just have to glance to the right when I'm looking at the TV.
All
instead
right.
of
Cool.
instead of turning myself 90 degrees.
All right.
But yeah, I can announce the first LAW match real quick. And this will quite literally be the first LAW match. And it will see the official singles debut in LS11 Universe of Maven Huffman as he takes on Dante Leon. Now you might wonder to yourself, who is Dante Leon? You've never heard of Dante Leon. Dante Leon wrestles on the indies primarily, and let me double check if I can tell you exactly where you might know him from, because he's had one WWE match. He competed on the December 16th, 2019 episode of Raw against Eric Rowan. But he's typically in GCW, Noah, places like that, doing things. He is a product of the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy in Davenport, Iowa. If that sounds familiar, you might know why. Why? Ow, that actually kind of hurts. Trained by Seth Rollins. So he is a product of Seth Rollins' training. He will be taking on Maven Huffman as the Hunt Divine Cornald's first challenger officially begins. I don't have any more matches to announce at the moment, but Ray, if you want to go, you are free to. I'm going to stay live for a few more minutes, probably. Show off some modding stuff, at least.
All right. I'll talk to you later. I guess I was going to wait until they ask you about something off air, but I guess I'll talk to you about it later.
Like I said, I'll be. You can text me about it. I'll be off air soon.
All right. I'll see you guys later. All right.
All right. Bye, Ray.
Bye, guys.
Alright, so now we can close out the StreamYard, which is good because I've been stressing a little bit about that, and I can just reactivate my webcam. There we go. And we can move it back over here, which is good. Cool. And then we do that, and then we do that, and that. And there we go. Cool. Do that. Do this, and that. There we go. Cool. I can see everything now. Yeah, so I'm going to play with modding a little bit more tonight before we go off the air. Just so, because I do want to show you guys, like, the product of how it all comes out with getting stuff modded in. I don't have too much to mod in. I'm gonna mess with stuff for a minute here. Make sure I got everything in place. There we go. Yeah, pretty good episode of Raw. Not too bad. Didn't feel like it dragged like it sometimes does. I'm probably going to get started on LAW here momentarily as well, which is pretty cool, But yeah, so we got Dante Leon versus Maven Huffman. We, of course, know the main event of Carnold and Scott Steiner against the major players. Which reminds me, I don't believe I have the Scott Steiner mod downloaded yet, which turns him from Steiner brother into Big Papa Pump. Holler if you hear him. And all that jazz. Let's see, there we go. Big Papa Pump. Represent. Did just realize another name I've not changed in the in my database here. So let's grab Big Papa Pump, get him installed, so he can team up with Carnold. This will be Scott Steiner's what, second, third match in LS11 Universe, something like that. He's had a few already, which is pretty shocking, all things considered. Of course, the big match we've seen him in was the team up with Carnold back at Sacrifice. But yeah, cool. I'm just kind of staying live to talk with you guys for a minute. I need to finalize. I'm essentially staying live so that I finalize the card for LAW real quick, because otherwise I'm just gonna not do it and I'm gonna forget. And it's pretty much as simple as that. And then it's just never gonna happen. I'm gonna announce it, and everyone's gonna get all excited, and then it's just never gonna fucking happen. So like genuinely simple as that. So I'm just kind of clicking through here, making sure that I remember the names I've got here for everything. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the fact Gunther's probably winning King of the Ring. A good match with him and Jay there as well. That was a really fun match. I really enjoyed that. I can see Solo turn on the 6 to join Jimmy and Fatu. Well, time will tell on that one. Time shall tell. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. A big thing with LAW is the women's division is going to be a little tough because I don't want it to just be like all the LSWF women, but the indie scene for women's wrestling isn't as well known as the men's, unfortunately. And so getting enough names available is a little difficult. So you're going to be seeing a little more there. I'm going to talk to Ray soon about some names that he just hasn't brought in for some names that he just hasn't brought in for AEW yet that are on the roster. See if I could use some of them, like some lower down names. So we'll see how he reacts to that when we talk. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I want to be able to announce at least one more match tonight. So let me get that all written in here, and then we will talk about that before we sign off for the night, because it is 11:10. I do need to feed the cats, and I do need to get some sleep before I go to work in the morning. So all of those things together means that I need to call it pretty soon here. I'm gonna attempt to get it. All I'm gonna say about NXT is it's a crazy episode and something is teased. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm going to get the card finalized. I'm going to attempt to get LAW out on Thursday. I would say Wednesday, but Ray is doing a premiere on Wednesday, and I don't want to step on his toes. I won't be able to get it done tomorrow. The original idea was I was going to get it done last night, but then I fell asleep. And so I ended up just not doing it, which is kind of funny. Um, just kind of funny how that all works out. But yeah, let's see here. I'm just checking a couple more things here before we sign off for the night. We got Maven versus Dante Leon, Nick Wayne for LAW. So I've got Nick Wayne in the folder of mods to give Ray for Dynamite. So I'll talk to him about that. But I think Nick Wayne may be on his way to Ray EW potentially. So is there gonna be an LAW roster page? Probably not. Just for the sake of I don't really have much space left on the roster page. Like I don't have many pages left. We'll see. I'll give it some thought, but because some of it's bleed over from other rosters, like Carnold would be on 3 different rosters at that point. And so I'd have to update 3 different pages every time he had a match. Let's see. Happy that Gunther's winning the whole damn thing. Jay will be fine. Oh yeah, Jay will be fine. It ain't that big a deal. Really ain't that big of a deal. people are overreacting a little bit to everything nowadays, more or less. Or is it like the real life indies? Whoever's booked is on the roster for the show. Yeah, it's more or less it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. More so than it having like actual signed talent. There are some people you'll see there more than others, but it's like I've got my own personal page for who I use there, but that's more or less just so I know. That's just so I remember who I've got available and who I don't. So I don't, because like Ray told me there was someone I was planning to use that he actually already had plans for in AEW, so I backed off and took them off my internal list because I don't want to step on my best friend's toes, obviously. That's not cool. I'd like you all to know I bit into a Hot Pocket a couple days ago. It's Friday, in fact. I bit into a Hot Pocket and burned the inside of my mouth. Like, bad burn on my upper left gum. And there is still a hole there from when I burned it. So it's been really fun to deal with the last few days. I just wanted to make sure you guys all knew about that more than anything. Just wanted you all to know that it hurts like a motherfucker. And I am in great pain at all time every time I talk. Yeah, that's some food for thought, pretty much. Is be careful when you bite into your hot pockets. Cause they'll burn the shit out of your mouth. Speaking from experience. So for example, let's say AJ Francis booked one show, then the next he might not be on because might be booked somewhere else. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You about nailed it there, Zach. You about nailed it there. Pretty much how it's going. Oh, all right, cool. So pretty good card coming up this week. To give you guys the places I can, we got Dante Leon, Maven Huffman. LSWF's Amanda Lawrence will be in action for the first time in over a year, for the first time since Xander Mania, actually, in 2023. So for the first time since March 2023. We got Fuego del Sol against Adrian Nova. I'll be making some big announcements for how we'll find Carnal's next challenger. as well as Major Players versus Carnal and Scott Steiner, and of course the arrival of someone that you've all been waiting to see in the Awesome Universe. I'll announce an official date and time for that later. It's going to be very fun. Of course, yeah, like Zach said, Cardona and Nemeth just got confirmed for Slammiversary. I'm going to end it there. I don't really have much else to say. Night, everybody. I hope you guys had a lot of fun on the stream. I know I did. It was a lot of fun to be here. And, yeah.